All right. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Or because Terry over at Poor Boy Homestead challenged me to. Good morning, YouTube world. Hey, y'all doing out there today? I hope everybody's having a blessed day. I see Kiri stopped by to see me early this morning. I gotta run and pick up some hay this morning. Alrighty. Well, that's a good thing. Stay safe in town there. Hey, good morning, Mark. How are you this morning? Eagle Ridge, good morning. How's everybody doing this morning? I apologize. I'm trying to reply to Kiri this morning. She came in real early, it looks like, and left me a quick little message. Said she had to go to town this morning. So I will leave a message for her there. All right. I'm sorry about that. Fighting dogs from digging up your maters. Oh, that's not good. That's not good at all. We definitely don't need stuff digging up the maters, huh? So, well, what's my tattletale say it is this morning? My tattletale says, it's freezing. Right at 32 degrees here this morning, but I looked outside a little bit earlier and it looked pretty nice out there, so can't complain really. So it's supposed to be halfway decent today as far as I know. Yeah, Eagle Ridge, I think you might be right. We might be the only ones up. But hey, we got the chat all to ourselves, right? So, other than fighting you dogs for your tomatoes, what are you guys all up to this morning? You got big plans for the day, or what's going on? Hey, there we go. Now I'm a little more centered. So, yeah, what's everybody got going? I know I'm patiently waiting for my weed barrier to come in. Exactly, coffee. But according to my Amazon, it says I have until Tuesday to wait now. So, our Serenity, good morning, Jan. How are you this morning? Ooh, 60 today. Gonna be a little bit cool today. That's okay. I'm all right with that. It's still nice. I can live with 60. Actually, I think this is supposed to be our pretty much last cool week. Maybe potentially, like today, freezing. So if that's the case, then as soon as that weed barrier comes in, I'll be putting that down on the garden and getting, if nothing else, at least the peas and beans planted. So that'll definitely help out. Get those peas and beans planted, and then we won't have to worry about that because they can handle a little bit of cold. They don't mind that at all. So especially the peas. That's right. Everybody gets to go live because we got coffee. So, nectar of the gods. So, gotta have it. I appreciate that. Thank you, Mark. Boy, I tell you, I was seriously fighting the cold, getting that measured out and getting those rows raked out and measured and everything else. But it came out pretty good. It came out really good. So I still got a little bit of weed pulling before I put down my weed barrier, but not too much. I already hit. I know y'all saw along that fence section there was still some grass and stuff up there. I hit that with the weed eater and cut all that down. So now when I put my weed barrier in, I can put it right up against the fence and I won't have to worry about it too much. I changed the layout of it just a little bit. I was planning on doing two 36-inch rows in the middle of the garden. And then after I started getting more closer measurements, I found that and I know you could see my garlic bed kind of sits at an angle. That was already in the yard when I got here, so I took advantage of it. But it sits at a bit of an angle, but the inside corner of it is at about 38 inches or 40 inches. So I got to thinking about it and decided that, well, I was doing those 36-inch rows. I digress. Let me back up a little bit. I was doing the 36-inch rows for the vining plants, the squash and the pumpkins and the watermelon and stuff like that, stuff that spreads out. So I had originally thought, well, I'll just do them like this, and because I thought I didn't think I had as much room in between the fence and my garlic bed as I do. Well, after measuring, of course, now going back to where we were, I've got like 40 inches, so I went ahead and put my 36-inch row right up against the fence. And I will, sorry about that. I will put my watermelons and stuff right there. I'm going to back this up just a bit here. I apologize. There we go. So I'm going to put my watermelons and squash and stuff like that up against the fence, and I may kick a couple cattle panels up against the fence at an angle. Good morning, Lauren. How are you this morning? And kick them up against the fence at an angle, and maybe try and train those to climb. So good morning, Hicks family. How are you this morning? So hopefully I can do that. And then my other 36-inch row I put on the far outside. So if I'm not mistaken, I ended up with 6 30-inch rows and 2 36-inch rows with a 12 to 14-inch walkway in between them. So that should do pretty good. Uh-oh, Lauren, hard week, huh? Don't tell me you lost any lambs or little kids or anything, huh? And have they all come in yet? But so I'm hoping that that new configuration will work as well as I had planned for the other one. So I do still have a long spot that runs all the way down the fence line. And then I have another spot on the other side of the yard where my tomatoes were last year that I still have. And that's about I'm thinking from where I started them last year to where my compost bin is, it's probably 40 feet, might be about the same length as my garden is. So good morning, Corgills. So I'm thinking that I've still got about a 40-foot long spot for my maters. So that's a good thing. I put my maters along my side fence. There's a 48, 50-inch cyclone fence separating my yard and the neighbor's yard. So I put all my maters over there. So there we go. But so I'm hoping that that this week is the last cold week, because like I said, if it is, I got maters, I got peppers, I got I got a bunch of stuff that's ready to transplant. I got 6-week-old, 7-week-old mater plants, so I got to get them in the ground. I mean, they're still short, but they're healthy. But I got to get them in the ground here shortly, and my pepper plants are doing great. So, and I got some ground cherries and stuff like that. So I know those ground cherries are real fine and thin. Grandpa's Farm, good morning. So I know it can't be too cold out there for them, because they're pretty tiny. You have a sister in Washington that trellises her pumpkins. Cool. So it's something that I've thought about. I'm thinking about doing 2 different types. I'm thinking about doing basically a pumpkin pie pumpkin, and maybe some Jack B. Littles. I'm not sure yet on those. I know several years back I grew whatever I had just to grow whatever I had, and found it I really wasn't using it. So, and I hate to waste stuff, and so I mean, they were great for they were done just before Halloween, so I gave a ton of them away for Halloween decorations. So my Jack B. Littles. So I don't know if I'll grow them again this year or not, and if I do, it'll probably be, it might be for something just to sell at the farmer's market or something, But we'll just have to wait and see. The year is wide open. I know the thing, we're not going to talk about what it is. I'm kind of with a lot of other people there. We all know what it's called, that thing that's going on. So we'll just refer to it as that thing. That thing has disrupted everybody's work schedules, but has definitely allowed me time to be home to get my garden done. So I am, for the most part, I'm ahead of schedule. So last year was the first year I put in a garden here at this house. It's a rental, so I couldn't do too much. But oh, I'm sorry, Lauren, that stinks. Lost your favorite lamb because the dogs attacked it. Puppies, yeah. Oh, that's sad. Sorry to hear that. But last year I got my garden in really late, so I didn't get my plants in the ground until June, I think. So the way I see it, I'm way ahead of schedule. I didn't even get my garden bed prepped until the first week of June. Yep, I know what you mean there, Lauren. It stinks. I hate that. I used to raise sheep too, and just any animal you lose on the farm, especially one that you're planning on keeping. That just, it stinks. So, but I'm sorry to hear that. But so other than dog problems, it appears Mark and Lauren are both having dog problems. How about anybody else? Everybody else's week go pretty good, and everybody stay safe and return safely from any shopping trips you had to go on. I know we went out on Thursday. Yeah, on Thursday, and did our shopping. Went out early, so to avoid the idiots. So, but that wasn't too bad. Good morning, Pathways. How are you this morning? Sorry I missed you. Gary's getting ready to start tilling the big garden. Little garden's planted. Nice. And the herb garden's almost finished. Oh, fantastic. Thank you, Lauren. I appreciate that. The giveaway, speaking of the 500 subscribers, the giveaway video to enter in the giveaway is coming out right after this live stream ends. So I've got it scheduled to come out right after the live stream ends, and the drawing will be next Saturday. So good morning, Chris. How are you this morning? I appreciate that. Thank you. Chickens have pneumonia. Oh, that ain't good. Yeah, I've got good morning, Reap What You Sow. How are you this morning? So yeah, I've got a raised bed planted with parsley, chives, and cilantro. Just a small raised bed. I thought, what the heck? It's all stuff that we use a lot of. And I have a small, well, it's what, a 4-foot, one of those 4-foot kiddie pools that we filled with soil to use as an herb garden. And I got it pretty well planted out. So other than, I forgot, I was going to plant something in the middle of it this morning, today, but I forgot what it was. I think I wrote it down, so I hope I did. You know, so much going on with the kids and everything else that I know come Monday we got to go pick up Chromebooks so the kids can continue on with school. So New Mexico finally decided what they were going to do because of, you know, the thing. And so they're going back to school on, well, they're getting their Chromebooks on Monday, so they're going back to school on Tuesday. So, and that's good. That's good. They need it. Give them something to do during the day so I don't have to hear, I'm bored. Now, of course, when most of us were kids, we all know what happened when we told our parents we were bored. We were out in the yard pulling weeds or something like that. Something we probably didn't want to do. So I appreciate that, Todd. But you know, it's been overall, it's been pretty good. It's been nice being home. But you know, sometimes too much of a good thing is not a good thing. So, oh, there come the sun. Sun's popping out from behind the trees, coming through my front window. I'm sure you saw the background lighting up behind me. Oh, and there it goes behind a cloud. But yeah, it's so I'm looking forward to them going back to school. So at least giving them something to do for a while. My 5-year-old is the one that complains that she's bored. You know, my 13-year-old will hide in her bedroom and stay on her phone all day. You know, playing games or what have you. But so we're gonna put a stop to all that. But sorry about that. I must have a wild hair in my mustache tickling my nose. But all in all, it's pretty good to have them going back to school. So we're looking forward to it. I know my wife's looking forward to it. So okay. What is the sun I speak of? It's that big yellowish orange thing that comes up occasionally when it's not hiding behind clouds. You know, that occasionally warms the earth. So, but I know Todd and Jerry, you guys got a bunch of stuff going on over there too. So I was watching one of y'all's videos the other day, and I was watching our Serenity Homestead the other day too. But it's been like yesterday and the day before was both pretty busy, so I ain't got a chance to watch a whole lot. My 5-year-old wanted me to put on Weed 'em and Reap, so she loves seeing the baby goats be born. So and they got that live stream going for them, so she got to see the baby goats being born, and she really likes that. So, I think I really need to get some animals for her. But I think that we have decided that we're gonna try some meat rabbits. So I know there's some people around us that have them. So I talked to my friend Catherine. She's Little Bits of Heaven Homestead. She's south of me, and she's got rabbits down there, and she said they do just fine in the heat. So I know it gets pretty hot here, not humid like it does for Utah, but but over there in Louisiana and East Texas, and it's not hot and humid, just hot. So they are fun. The baby goats are so much fun to watch. You can't help but watch them and smile. How many do I want, huh? I don't know. We were talking about maybe 3 or 4 does and a buck rabbits to start. Can't have any goats here because, like I said, it's a rental. So unfortunately, but we are looking. I know this isn't where we plan on staying, but some of y'all know that I got another 7 years before I can retire. And so we thought about just buying an inexpensive place with a little more land, someplace that's ours. And I know that I can pay someplace cheap off in 7 years if I'm not paying rent. I hate paying rent. It's just a big waste of money. But hey, good morning, Tony and Shelly. How are you this morning? So I hate paying rent. It's a huge waste of money. So we're looking out of town to find some place that may have a little bit of land, at least an acre. I found one that's a quarter of an acre that would probably do for some chickens and stuff like that. But we've talked about getting goats and stuff like that too. So we're looking for a little bit more. I got a couple in mind. Hopefully, after this thing has calmed down a little bit, then maybe we'll get a move on and go out and really take a look at the ones that I've got to look at and make a decision. Maybe we'll be buying a place. Who knows? But as I told my wife, it probably won't be until the end of the growing season. And she said, well, why not? Well, y'all seen the last couple videos. I put a lot of work in that garden. I'm not wasting it. Exactly, Jan, exactly. You buy that land up around you one lot at a time, just whatever you can do, and just keep getting it. I wish that I had been smarter. Okay, I wish that I had been thriftier with my money when I was younger. because everybody knows land is the one thing they're not making more of. So if you can buy it cheap, you might as well get a hold of it, because somebody somewhere is probably going to want it eventually. So the wife and I are looking all over the countryside for it. So right now, as many you know, told you where our core area that we're looking is. Now, of course, I will honestly say that if, and I know that's a big if, good morning, Hardknack Farms. How are you this morning? Appreciate you stopping in. If Northern California ever split from the rest of California, I might consider going back. So I grew up in Plumas County in Northern California, and on a ranch, small ranch up there, and I'll tell you what, it was gorgeous up there, right in the heart of the Sierra Nevada mountains. So, you know, yep, here comes that elusive sun again. Mark had a rabbit that climbed out of the cage and was sitting on top of it. Well, at least they were sitting on top of it waiting on you. So, but other than if Northern California don't split from the rest of California, then I'll probably be headed back towards the east. The wife and I have talked about southeastern Kentucky, eastern Tennessee, western North Carolina, and potentially even northern Georgia. So we're looking anyway. The place was a planned resort area that flopped in the 60s, so everything's broken into lots. Oh, wow. Yeah, just keep buying them up every chance you get. 50 by 100, huh? So basically a quarter of an acre lot each time. So no, is that right? Let's see, 100 by 100 is a half, so or roughly a half. So yeah, roughly a quarter of an acre, 0.2 probably. So yeah, just keep buying them up, you know. I wish that there was more space between myself and the people next to me, but unfortunately there just isn't. So I agree, Jan. Northern Georgia is beautiful. My mom and pops are currently at Lake Lanier campground hosting. Of course, the campground's closed right now because of that thing. But they're campground hosting there, and so they love it. My mom's sister lives north of Atlanta, so they really love it there in Georgia. So I've got a daughter in South Carolina. I've got two of them in Louisiana. So I got a son in Louisiana. So yeah, they're about a quarter of an acre each. Very nice, very nice. Two of them are large, about a half acre each. You guys got 13 of them now. That's outstanding. That is outstanding. Yeah, there's some property out this way that it's a ways from where I work. So it's cheap. Don't get me wrong. It's very inexpensive. I looked at 10 acres, and they were only asking like $7,500 for it. So, but that is bare land, nothing on it. So, never enough time. Good morning. How are you this morning? So, bare land is is bare land. I mean, there's a lot of work there to get what you want set up on it, and I don't know that out here where I'm at, I don't think we could do it. because that would leave me with 2 mortgages and rent until we could move out there. So because I still have a home in East Texas. My wife and I are planning on putting that on the market this year. We have an acre with a mobile on it in East Texas. So and that's going on the market. Sorry, I'm trying to find a spot where the sunlight and the light from my ceiling fan isn't glaring in my eyes. So you live 70 miles from where you guys work, Todd? Holy cow. Yeah, see, I can't justify commuting an hour. I mean, if I work longer shifts, if I work 312s or something like that, yeah, I'd probably do it. But working just regular shifts, I can't do it. So, Cartersville, Georgia, huh? Nice. But most of the places I'm looking at are within about 30 miles. 30 miles I can do. I don't have a problem with 30 miles. So that's all good, you know. So, all right, appreciate that, Wendy. So, everybody got big plans for the day? Y'all gonna go out and work in your gardens if you can get to them? I know some people still got a bunch of snow on the ground. I laugh because I remember, not because I'm laughing at you. I laugh because I remember. So 7 on, 7 off. Yeah. See, now if I was doing that, then I probably wouldn't mind. Todd, do you stay in there where you work for those 7 days and then come home? I know that's I got friends that are firefighters and stuff like that, and they're kind of doing the same thing, but they're doing I think they're doing 5 on and 7 off right now because they're drawn so thin. But 610s, yeah. See, I know what that's like. I mean, right now we're working what's called I know a lot of people have worked it. It's a 5-4-9 or a flex shift. I work 9 hours a day for 8 days and then 1 8-hour day and have the 10th day off during the pay period. So I still get my 80 hours, but I have a 3-day weekend every other weekend. So no driving. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, driving, I couldn't see driving 70 miles to and from work every single day. Especially not for 8 or 9 hours. And Tony and Shelley got my bees last night. Oh yeah, there you go. That's a good plan. Bees, man. See, now there's something else I'd like to get into, but living in town, I can't do that. So they won't let me have them. So I'm sneaking in. This property is zoned, I think it's zoned rural. So I can have some things because of that, but because I live within the city limits, there's things I can't have. Driving, man. See, that's rough, Todd. That's rough. I know that's because, you think about that, a 10-hour day at work. So, between your back and forth, you're looking at what, 13 hours a day? So that's rough. I remember doing that. I mean, I can't say I've never done that because I was a heavy equipment operator for a little while, and we would have to drive to our project site, So, I mean, there were times that, I got up at 3 o'clock in the morning to get there and start work by 5:30. So anywhere from 75 to 90 miles one way, and that was rough, because we worked 12s. So that turned a 12-hour day into a 15, 16-hour day. You got about enough time to eat and go to bed, So, but yeah. Right now where I'm at, I'm 7 miles from work. Crane operator. Yep. See, I ran dozers, blade, scrapers, stuff like that. So my pop was a blade man for 40 years. So I kind of come by that naturally too. He worked for the Forest Service. So, but yeah, that's so he worked. My pops worked. He worked 410s. So he had they did kind of a weird thing. They did 4 on, 3 off. 4 on, 3 off. 5 on, 2 off. 3 on, 4 off. And then 4 on, 3 off again. So anyway, it worked out. They had a very strange schedule, but it worked out so that he got his 80 every pay period. So Hicks says, I'm a stay-at-home mama. Well, that's a full-time job in itself. I mean, come on now. I make no qualms about the fact that that being a stay-at-home mom is probably one of the toughest jobs in the world. I was, as a lot of you know from watching the 10 Random Facts, this is my 3rd marriage. So we, my wife and I both, and so I was a single dad for a while, and had both of my 2 oldest daughters. So I know how hard that is. So, but yeah, that's one of the toughest jobs in the world. And being a single one is just as bad, if not worse. But I know you got it rough, especially on a homestead, because now you got all the animals thrown in there on top of it. Got to take care of the critters, the kids, all of it. So, but yep. You've been working construction maintenance job. Yeah, cut and pay, but you're permanent. There you go. Sometimes that's what you got to do, Good morning, Lisa. How are you this morning? I worked a bunch of different jobs, especially after I got out of the military. I bounced around doing security work for about 3 or 4 years, and then I went to work for Boeing, and I went over to Saudi Arabia and worked over there for a year and a half, and then I came back home and was unemployed for a little while, and then I went to work. I was working. Here's one for you, Todd. I was working in Las Cruces, New Mexico, from East Texas. But I was staying over there a week at a time, and then I'd come home on the weekend. So, so that, you don't think that wasn't a drive, driving all the way across Texas to get home. So I would leave. We worked the same. No, I worked 2 weeks. I worked 2 weeks straight, and then I come home. So, but yeah, it was quite a drive to come home for the weekend. But hubby works in retail. There you go. Hey, everybody got to work. I mean, there's no getting away from it. I took when I left All right, Todd, y'all take care. Stay safe. I left a really good job in California working for the military. I mean, I was working there, and I was a air reserve technician, which basically means I was civil service as well as being in the reserves. So I retired from the reserve side of the house, but I lost $5 an hour when I moved from California to East Texas. So that was a huge chunk. So huge chunk. So that hurt a little bit. So I'm gonna scoot up here. I'm gonna be my own self promoter here for a minute and pop a couple links in here for y'all. I use because of the thing, it makes it even more convenient, but I use Azure Standard for buying all my bulk foods and a lot of my stuff. There's a link for y'all. They are a fantastic group of people, and so I tend to buy a lot of my bulk stuff from them. So if y'all want to go check them out, go check them out. If y'all are already using them, y'all know exactly what I mean. So they're a great group of people. They are like everybody else, running out of stuff. So sometimes when you place your order, it's in stock, and by the time they ship, it may not be. But they missed one of my items. So Lisa, it's fantastic. It really is. The Azure thing. If they have a pickup point in your area, then you just join it, and wherever that pickup spot is, that's where you go pick up your stuff. Or they will direct ship to your house. On the downside, the direct shipment to your house may be a little more expensive, whereas shipping to the drop point, usually they have multiple people and multiple families all going to the drop point. So there may be 5, 6, 7 of you that all placed orders, and so it costs you next to nothing. I mean, I think my last order cost me $3.50 or $4.50 shipping, and I got 40 pounds worth of stuff. So click the link that I put out there. Go check them out. I mean, I'm serious. They are pretty awesome. So, and I really enjoy getting my stuff from them. They have got a ton of organic stuff, and they actually carry seeds and stuff too. So a lot of people don't realize that they've probably got seeds still in stock, and they're all non-GMO, seeds. So. And I would imagine there's a bunch of them. Yeah, see, there's one in Cold Springs. So yeah, just a few miles. So, and they've probably still got a bunch of those seeds because a lot of people don't realize they have them. So, but yeah, go check them out. It's worth it. It really is. I get I know one of the big things I buy from them is I buy gallon jugs of coconut oil, and they're only like $23 or something like that for a gallon jug, and most people are paying $5 or $6 for one of those little bitty jars of them. I mean, and so. It's definitely worth going to check them out. They have, I know my wife and we're going back to it. We've been kind of really lazy on the keto lately, but we're going back to it. And they carry a lot of stuff for the paleo diet, a lot of stuff for keto. So tons and tons of organic foods at really reasonable prices. I'm talking Walmart reasonable in a lot of cases. You know, I mean, like they carry. I know one of the big things that my little one loves mac and cheese. Well, I started buying her the cheap stuff because she went through it so much, but it doesn't have a lot in it nutrition wise. So then I started buying Annie's, and if y'all have ever tried Annie's, it's good. It's real good. So yes, their flour is very reasonable. And I have used it. I bought a 25-pound bag here not too long back. So and yes, the prices are very reasonable. And they're it's definitely worth it, especially if you're ordering if you order bulk. You know, even if you only order once every 2 or 3 months, you know, it's worth it for the cheaper bulk prices. And a lot of people don't carry, you know, the larger amounts. I mean, geez, if you really wanted to, I mean, they even sell whole grain. So, and they'll sell it in as large as the big 2,000-pound totes. I don't know if y'all have seen those. They're 4 feet by 4 feet by 4 feet. So that's a whole lot of flour or grain, or, you know, they sell rice that way too. So, I mean, granted, it's like $1,400, but we're talking about 2,000 pounds. So if you've got a way to get it off of their truck, you know, it'd be worth it. So, and on the drop points like that, if you're ordering that much bulk, you could probably get a drop point set up at your house, you know. So just so you know, and I think they were talking about carrying animal feed too, but they also carry, you know, sundries, you know, soap and stuff like that. So your granddaughter gets Annie's. There you go. See, it is, you know, it's tough for kids to miss out on something delicious as mac and cheese. Arkansas Woodcutter said, "Where would I put that?" And see, that's what I said. You know, there's no way I could order that. I mean, I order 25 and sometimes 50-pound bags of rice and flour and stuff like that, but I only order it like once every couple of months or once every 2 or 3 months, you know. But it's still worth it for the savings. And if you order enough, then you don't have to. I think I had to pay the $3.50 or $4.50 fee because I had a small order this time. So now there is occasion I don't pay anything for shipping because they're putting it on that big truck and they're dropping multiple people's stuff. So hey, it's as big as mine too, y'all. I mean, our little house that we're renting is only 717 square feet, I think. So, I mean, it does have a garage, so I guess I could put it out in the garage, but then where would I put the rest of my stuff? So, you know, I mean, I got no room for the rest of my stuff if I put something that big in there. But yeah, check them out. And I know a lot of people aren't big channels, and if you want to go live, check these guys out. That's the streaming software that I use. I use Streamlabs. I know some of y'all know about Streamlabs already, but that's another one that I use a lot of is Streamlabs, and they are awesome as well. So, and they have mobile software, so you can actually go live from your cell phone, y'all, using their software. So if you're out somewhere, if you go to a farmer's market or something like that, and you'd really like to stream it rather than try and video it and put it up later, you can use their Streamlabs app and do it that way. So that's something that I'm fixing to try here shortly. So, you know, so check them out. It's worth it. But well, we've been going looks like 50 minutes now. That's pretty awesome. I didn't know I had that much to talk about today. So I guess I did. But I hope y'all are having a fantastic day. You know, y'all please stay safe. You know, don't let this thing get us. I tried it. It says user blocked. Huh. Hold on just a second. Are you talking about the Streamlabs one, Patty? You're talking about the Azure standard one. I know some people can't open the Bitly links, so I do have a copy of the links. Give me just a second. I gotta go find them. Let's see here. Where are they? So Streamlabs wouldn't let me stream on mobile before. Really? Now see, my new one, I've streamed on it. So, and I don't have 1,000 subscribers. Now you can't YouTube stream with less than 1,000 Streamlabs, huh? That's strange. That's real strange. You use StreamYard and invite yourself. There you go. That'll work too. You know, whatever you got to do. But you know, hey, you got to do what you got to do, right? That way we can stream. Because let's face it, it's a whole lot more fun to stream it. So I think what I like about streaming is that you get to see you, you know? Exactly right, Lisa. Trying to recover from the thing, do everything possible to stay safe. It's brutal. It is. You know, I worry about my parents every single day. Every single day. They are 78 and 82. You know, they are in that group that make us worry. So, but everybody stay safe from the thing. Well, y'all, I think I'm gonna go ahead and pretty much call it. If y'all want to keep up with me elsewhere, I am on Facebook. I'm on Instagram. I'm on Twitter, and I kind of hit all of them. So I try and go to all of them. I post on pretty much all of them. I'm on Pinterest. I do a lot of I get a lot of my ideas from Pinterest, honestly, especially when it comes to pallet wood projects. So check me out, y'all. And I like I said, I really do appreciate the fact that y'all came and saw me this morning. Everybody's got busy days planned, so y'all stay safe. Stay away from the thing, and I appreciate y'all, and God bless y'all. So, and for Terry over at Poor Boy Homestead, I'm gonna end it with one too. So, goodbye, YouTube world. Y'all have a good one. God bless y'all.